All right, here guys, we are kind of part two of the video. We did the overwintering of the nuts. I just want to show you guys how we plant them in the pots to get them started. So figure this being spring, we went through, we dug them up. We're taking them out of the bucket, so they're already overwintered. And you can use any type of pot. This is just the type of pots we like to use. That way they can really grow a long taproot. And those pots are super cheap, but they do a good job. So literally we fill them almost all the way up with dirt to where you just got a couple inch headspace. And then you want to plant the flat part of the nut. One side's kind of rounded and then one side's kind of flat. I don't know if you can see that or not, but you take the flat part, literally just push that in the dirt just a little ways. Same thing, here's that flat part. You can see that. You literally just put the flat part down, and I'll just take a little bit more dirt and literally just cover it up barely. And then by the time you water that, that's going to push a lot of this dirt off to pack it down, and you'll be able to see the nut exposed, which is totally fine. But I like to just make sure it's just barely exposed like that. So it's almost all the way under, but not quite. And then that way you can just have some dirt on there. And by the time you water that in, that'll push all that dirt around, and they'll look like that when they're done. So you can still see a little portion of that nut exposed, but then literally that's all you do. Keep that watered, and you got to be careful when you're doing nuts. You don't want to overwater them, and depending on the type of media you're using, maybe once every other day to get started, just because in the spring the temperatures aren't that hot. So that water will last a while in them pots, but you just don't want to keep them too wet, otherwise those nuts will rot and kind of get soggy on you. So that's about all you do. And once you get that tree going, then you can clip the nut off of the main stem. We'll show you that in a different video, but we just kind of want to walk you through start to finish. So that's kind of part two of getting them in pots, and then we'll show you kind of planting as part three.